Again, thank you for coming. Joining me today are a number of individuals who live and have been active in this community for many years. And let me begin by making 2 points. First and foremost, my job is to represent the best interests of my constituents. Sadly, as things relate to public safety, their best interests are not being served by this administration. And second of all, I will say this. I had a conversation some time ago with a longtime Milwaukee police officer. And amongst other things, he told me this. He said, "Alderman, we used to be able to keep the lid on. The lid's blown off, and all hell has broken loose." That was a while ago, and how prophetic those words have become. Of course, we're here today because sadly, Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, the corner of 20th and Lapham became the OK Corral. House right behind me, several doors down, 40 bullets penetrated that home. Innocent individuals that received those bullets through their home, only, I might add, through the grace of God, was no one killed. But a 10-year-old boy was hit by that bullet. This has gone crazy across Milwaukee. And sadly, that was not the only shooting in my district over the weekend. Saturday night, I should say Friday afternoon, there was another shooting on 28th and National. Sent an individual to the hospital, and also in that instance, at least one bullet penetrated the home of a disabled elderly woman who was either receiving the last rites of the Catholic Church by a Catholic priest or was receiving communion. We haven't yet been able to ascertain quite what the situation was there. Also, late Friday afternoon, an individual was shot and found on 16th and Wind Lake. That individual telling the police that he indeed was shot on 28th and Mitchell, on the block I live on for the last 30 years. And of course, all of this going on while the carnage continues in many neighborhoods across Milwaukee. We're all well aware of the homicide on 49th and Hadley this weekend. I also should point out to you, for the residents of this neighborhood, I had a very good conversation with Captain Al Morales this morning. He's the commanding officer of District 2. He has informed me that this neighborhood will see an increased police presence, which I am deeply appreciative of. However, the sad reality is this. This department is robbing Peter to pay Paul. For years, they have been hundreds of officers short of what is necessary to get a better handle on stabilizing neighborhoods like this and restoring order to neighborhoods like this. So I am once again calling upon this administration to do a variety of things, all, I might add, within their power. Number one, hire 200 additional police officers in this upcoming city budget for next year. Number two, end the furloughing of police officers. We continue to furlough officers. We can ill afford to take officers off our streets. By the way, we are furloughing officers at the same time that we are paying millions and millions of dollars in overtime. It simply does not make sense. Number three, restore the Vice Division and gang squads. Number four, restore the Detective Bureau to the level they need to be so that we can free up our uniformed officers to patrol the streets and make them safer, oftentimes by their mere presence, and relieve these uniformed officers of lengthy investigations. And number 5, amend the non-pursuit policy to, at the very least, allow for our officers to go after these mobile drug houses. And I would simply argue this. This policy, although I can only assume adopted with the best of intentions, has actually resulted in a city less safe. Anytime we allow criminals free rein, this is the kind of chaos we will be left with. We have seen homicides skyrocket. We have seen shootings through the roof. We have seen auto thefts through the roof. Drugs are unbelievably high. Illegal drugs are at an epidemic pace in this city. Ask anyone. It is shocking. And yet drug arrests are down by 40% or more. We have seen less safety. And we, the citizens of this community, are asking of this administration to provide a higher level of safety. And finally, I will end with this. While the police play a significant role in maintaining order and stability in our neighborhoods, they do not have the only role. Our courts, our judges, and our district attorneys play an important role. And sadly, we have come across far too many instances where individuals are simply not held accountable for their criminal behavior. That too needs to change. And I will give you one example, and I urge all the members of this of the media to look into this. This individual's name is Mario Granville. Mario Granville, don't forget that name. He has a lengthy record. He has been arrested and charged with shooting 5 individuals, killing 2. And he was just recently released on his own signature bond. As if his signature means anything. He is now currently roaming the streets of Milwaukee. I've also been informed by officers that witnesses in these cases are living in fear. You can imagine. This guy has been described to me by officers as being very, very bad. So with that, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions.